All right, cool. So it's Monday, February 12th at 3. No, that's when I took this note. It is actually Thursday, February 22nd, right? Mm-hmm. And it's about 1:30 p.m. We're at Graduate Hotel. And so I'm here. I'm Jose. And I'm here with Coach Bill. Thank you for taking the time to meet me and share stuff about this upcoming women's professional team in Detroit. Just have a few questions here for you. So what I want to know first is who are you and how did you get here?
Well, I started coaching in 2008 in high school in Flint. My best friend Mike got me into it. He's my assistant coach now. So I did high school in Flint for 4 years. Then I coached the Flint Monarchs, which is a women's. It was semi-pro. They went professional. We won the Flint's first professional women's basketball title in 2014. They're still going. I think they've won five more championships since I left. I coached a men's professional team for half a season. The owner ran out of money, so we didn't finish up the year. Coached more high school, do a thing called EuroPro Connect, where we take professional men's players and place them overseas. We played a top team from Serbia, and beat them by 36 points a few years ago in Detroit. And so I was always looking for another opportunity, and then I noticed that they were bringing the Shock back. So just reached out, kind of touched base with Ryan Reed, the CEO of the league, and we talked, came up to agreement of me being GM and coach, and that's where I'm at right now. So trying to, hopefully the season gets started June 1st. The league's got a lot of stuff going on, but it looks like June 1st will be the startup date with our first game, and really looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Sounds real good. Thank you. You actually touched on some of my questions that I'm going to ask, so we might do a little bit of review, but yeah, thanks for that, for sure. So the next question that I have here is, what can you tell me about the team?
Well, the only way I can describe what the team is going to look like, and I tell this all the time, is if you go back and look at how the Pistons played in the 80s with the Bad Boys. They play a lot of defense, but they run. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a bunch of girls who are going to play defense. We're going to harass the heck out of the other team. And then when we get a rebound, we're going to run.
That sounds fun.
So that's how I've always coached. That's how I always put teams together. I've kind of tried to mimic finding players who were like on the Bad Boys. Have an Isaiah, have a Joe Dumars, have a Vinnie Johnson, have a Dennis Rodman, have those types, and try to find players that play like that. And when we've done it, that's how our teams have been successful, that we put together, is build teams like that. So that's the way we kind of do it. That's the motto we've always had when we've built the team. And when we've had it, it seemed to have a lot of success.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those Bad Boys were champions, right? For a couple years.
People go, oh, they fought. Well, no, they didn't fight. They were just mentally tough. They mentally destroyed everybody. And that's the biggest thing. They would walk in the court, people think, oh, they're going to fight, and not worry about the game plan. See, we would just play really hard. We don't need to fight. And we'll just play hard, and we take you right out of your game.
Yeah.
And that's why I want everyone to be mentally tough, and the players we look for are mentally tough, so they can handle anything that's thrown at them. And so that's how we build our teams, is like that. That's what we're going to do this spring and summer.
No, I think that's awesome, Coach, because like if you can have a mental edge, then like, yeah, how can you really stop us?
Right.
I mean, whatever you throw at us, we're gonna regroup, figure it out,
right,
and come back. I mean, and then like, you know, who knows what they're planning on doing, but just having that mental edge,
right,
that's key.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing and that's how we've always, even with high school, we've tried to teach kids, because I don't. People say, oh, you coach men and women. I don't coach gender. I coach basketball players.
Yeah.
The same way I would coach a boy is the same way I would coach a girl. Same way I coach girls. Same way I coach a boy. I don't coach gender. I coach basketball. You're going to work just as hard no matter if you're a boy, girl, male, female, whatever. I'm going to coach you the same way, and I've always done that.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I really think that it's. I love that you're so inspired by the Bad Boys team, the Detroit Pistons, like the '90s Bad Boys team. I think I love that you're inspired by them. I mean, that's really cool. So yeah, got another question here. Like I said, you probably touched on some of these things already because you answered these questions really good so far. Thank you. But what I have next is what do you believe to be what do you believe to be one of your team's weaknesses, and what are you going to do to improve that?
Well, we're always going to have weaknesses, and you have to work out. It may be breaking a press, maybe flaw in offense, but that's what practice is for. So we do a lot of teaching, regardless of the fact. We're always going to have problems. There's always going to be something that comes up during the year, whether it be defensive rotation, layups, or whatever, but that's what practice is for. So whatever weakness we can identify, we can fix, hopefully in-game, but if not, practices where we can fix stuff that we may be having problems with.
Right. So this is actually just a question I just thought of. I just wanted to. So would you say that you identify these weaknesses in game time?
We can. Oh, absolutely. There may be situations where we may be having, movement offensively with the ball against maybe a certain type of defense, or if they're playing a zone and we're not getting to where we need to be for the zone. We can see it, write it down, and watch it on film, be like, we're having this trouble against this, or whatever we may be doing offensively or defensively. Like defensively, maybe we're not in help and our rotation isn't good. We need to work on stuff like that. So that stuff we can identify during game and during timeout, say, hey, we need to fix this, but then also on film, see it and fix it in practice.
Cool, yeah. So we're doing pretty good here. So I just have one more question here. And like I said, you probably touched on this right now, but what would you say is probably the team's best skill?
Well, what we're putting together right now is we're putting together a team that's going to play really good defense, but we're also going to run. We are going to run up and down the court. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to look at it. Like I grew up with basketball where you could actually get into people. So like some people will go, oh, what's that? And I'll be like, Nolan Richardson's 40 minutes of pure hell.
Yeah.
It's like Shaka Smart does a lot of pressing. That's what we're going to do. The court's 94 feet. You use it both offensively and defensively. A lot of teams don't do that. Mm-hmm. So what we're trying to build right now is a team that plays great defense, can run, can use the three if needed, but if not, attack the basket. I mean, we're always on attack mode on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So that's what we're building, and that's what we're looking for is the people that we have our eye on. Mm-hmm. We hope they can rebound, play defense, and scoring will come easy because we'll rebound and we'll run. So we'll have good structure offensively, but what we want to do is get the rebound and get out and run. And then as soon as we score, get right back into putting a lot of pressure on every team we play.
Sounds good. And so you said that the season will be starting around June 1st.
June 1st, yeah. That's the target date. Mm-hmm. We'll probably start training camp that I was told probably end of April or May, like first week in May.
Okay.
And then June 1st is what they're looking at right now, unless something changes where, a lot of people want to get involved, but June 1st is the target date.
And then do you all have the full team already?
Nope, I don't have any. I have like a core group that I've been talking to, but full team, I won't have a full team till, I'll have a pretty good idea probably in April who I have my eye on, probably about 20 players, and then we'll knock it down to 10 to 12 by early May, and we only need about, I would think 10 to 15 practices. We'll be good to go.
Right.
Because our training camp's going to involve how we're going to play anyways. So if we have 15 practices, that's more than enough to be really good. Right in week one.
Yeah, a couple weeks or something like that.
Yeah. We'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah. I'm pretty confident in what we're going to put on the floor that will be really good. From day one.
I mean, like, who would you all be competing with?
So there's Grand Rapids, Chicago, Indianapolis, to bring back the Cleveland Rockers, and Toronto.
So it's maybe like
16 league.
Okay.
Yeah, just to start out, which is a good thing.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so and then whenever they go, just to get through year one, I think is important when you're in a new league.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I just when they give us the green light to go, we'll go.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the best we can. And the goal is always to not lose a game and win a championship. So that's a goal every year.
Yeah. And then I think you mentioned to me before that you all would be playing at Wayne State's campus
Wayne
or
State, at the field house, Wayne State, where the Crews play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the games are going to be at.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And then
I mean, I told them, and I've talked about it, that I would love to possibly, they're redoing St. Cecilia and doing the renovation down there. I'd love to play there. Just the history of the Saint and how they're going to do it. I would love to play there, but who knows how it's going to go or whatever.
Yeah.
I love to play at Wayne State. I mean, everyone would love to play at Little Caesars that have 20,000. So
Right.
Wherever they want us to play, I've always told people I don't care where. If anybody wants to play us in a parking lot with 2 hoops, I'll play them there. I don't care.
Yeah.
And Wayne State's year one, and just want to get through the first year and do what we can to win another championship.
Yeah, sounds good. I think it's really cool, and I wish you well with everything, and then also like with the Saint, man. I did a couple of summer camps at the Saint.
That was the
it's,
place to be back in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
80s and 90s. You could go there like on a Tuesday afternoon or late afternoon, and you could see 20 NBA players and college players all running up and down the court. And then they had that summer league there and whatever. I mean, you go in there for free and just sit there and watch basketball for 6 hours. So I think it would be really cool. Maybe once in a while, like I've told people to play, maybe have a game there with them redoing it. I mean, that's down the road though.
Yeah.
But I just, the tradition of the Saint, especially with the city of Detroit, I think would be really cool.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I wish you the best with that.
All right, cool.
The
Thank
team
you.
in general. Yeah. So yeah, we can just go on ahead and wrap this up, Coach Bill. Thank you again, and I'm excited and happy to support the team. Seems like a good team to support. And a fun team to support, and a tough team, and a mental toughness and all of that. It's going to be a good season, good first season to kick it off. So good luck with this upcoming season, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, cool.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.